Hey, my name is Mike. 6 months ago, exactly to the day, my wife and I loaded most of our worldly possessions into a travel trailer, hit the road, and we've been doing it ever since. So, right before we left, my pastor friend, Pastor Roy, said, "Do you write? Because you should write down all the experiences that you're having." I don't really write. I just don't have the passion for it. And then on one of our travels, we were in a church. I don't even remember where it was, but a lady came up to us, a total stranger, and said, "You should blog." So, yeah, I really have never had any interest in blogging. But my friend Larry said, God didn't put a light in your heart to put it under a basket and hide it. Let it shine. So here I am doing a blog on the things that we're seeing and doing right now. You can see behind me a beautiful lake. We're in Lake Lewisville, right in the heart of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And some of the things that I've been thinking about right now are, the other day I was reading in Isaiah, and I ran across one of my favorite verses. It's Isaiah 30, verse 21, and God says, "I am the voice behind you saying, this is the way, walk in it." So then I was thinking about Abraham, and that kind of had to feel like what he was going through. God said, "I'm going to show you a land. I'm not going to tell you where it is right now. I'm just going to show you day by day where I want you to go. I'm going to whisper in your ear. I'm going to say, this is the way, walk in it." So, the story. There's one of the stories of Abraham where God said, "Take your son, take Isaac, the son that I gave you when you were almost 100 years old, and take him to this hill that I'm going to show you and sacrifice him." And Abraham did it. He loaded up the wood. He took Isaac with him. He had him laid on the wood ready to set the fire. And Isaac said, "Where are we going to get the sacrificial lamb?" And Abraham said, "God will provide. Jehovah Jireh, God will provide." And he did. He provided the sacrifice. And instead of Isaac, he provided a ram that had been caught in a bush. So what I'm trying to get across here is, why did God do that? Why did God take this son, Abraham's prized possession, and say, "I want you to sacrifice him"? Because God wanted to show him it's not important to be in love with the blessing. Isaac was the blessing that Abraham was given by God. God wanted Abraham to realize that he needed to be in love with the blesser, with God. And he was constantly telling him, this is the way to walk. This is the way to walk. This is the way to walk. Walk in it. And he does the same thing with us today. He shows us where he wants us to go and where he wants us to walk and the things that he wants us to do. And he fills his heart. He fills our heart with all kinds of things to think that lead us somewhere closer. Where? Closer to Jesus. So that's what I have to tell you today. I'm calling my blog The Temple on Wheels, because we left this town called Temple, Texas, and we're on wheels, and we're just doing whatever we can.